Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your continued support to our channel. Please consider subscribing to our channel if you're watching us for the first time. The Limuru 3 conference has ended, and there are divided opinions about this meeting. There are those who are saying that there is no change on litmus paper. It has happened, but it has got no effect. But others are saying that this was one of the most successful meetings after the last presidential elections. And I want us to begin this analysis by asking a question. And please, on this, share with me very honestly. Do you think Limuru 3 conference was successful? Do you think it was successful? And please give me a reason why you feel that it was successful or not. Number two, do you really believe that William Ruto has a reason to worry after the Limuru 3 meeting? In this video, I want us to take just a few minutes to explain the uniqueness of Limuru 3. What stood out for you? If you followed the events, or maybe after work, you've been seeing the clips on what transpired in Limuru 3. I know some of the things that have been really trending is the Iron Lady. You know, now we have two Iron Ladies in Central, in Mount Kenya. We have the first Iron Lady, Martha Wangari Karua. And we have the second Iron Lady, Gathoni wa Mushomba. And she's been trending because of her triumphant entry in Limuru 3 conference, and that electrifying speech that was well packaged to meet the interest of the residents of Mount Kenya. But what stood out for you? In this video, I want us to answer that question. Number one, the reason why I believe Limuru 3 was very successful. And number two, reasons why I believe that William Samoei Ruto has got a reason to be worried. And you can take this to the bank. The deep state and state house is not going to sleep. They must do something to counteract what happened in Limuru. In fact, don't be surprised if tomorrow you see William Ruto meeting Mount Kenya leaders. Don't be surprised. In this video, ladies and gentlemen, let us look at a few things that happened that, in my very considered opinion, are tantamount to a revolution from the mountain. Because if you ask me, I believe that that was the beginning of a revolution that will soon sweep the mountain. Number one, these people, the leaders that were there, launched a political party. That was so big. Remember, many a times, Mount Kenya has always cautioned Rigathi Gachagua, who is their number two, that UDA is not their vehicle. UDA belongs to the Rift Valley. That is a fact. And I know sometimes you want to choreograph it that we need a party that has got a national outlook. Let us not pretend, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, these parties are vehicles and they must, have the face of Kenya. But let's face it. UDA is a Rift Valley party. And you can identify with them with certain families. ODM, UDA, Jubilee, all those leaders, Wiper, and all those parties. This political party is dubbed Haki Coalition, and they give it a slogan, one man, one vote, one shillings. Ladies and gentlemen, Mount Kenya is crying. They are orphans, and they feel that the father that they were given in 2022 is mistreating them. Anawatumia kama baba wa kambo. And they are regrouping, they are going back to their own house. And with this political party, Haki Coalition, I can assure you that this is going to be the vehicle that is going to sweep Mount Kenya. It has started and you might belittle it, but this is the place that will act as a comfort zone. For those who will feel that they are being oppressed in the UDA, this is where they will be. There are allegations that maybe Rigathi Gachagua has a hand in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this must worry William Samoei Ruto because William Ruto has always wanted UDA to sweep all over the nation. That is why he's telling Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, and Speaker of the Senate, Amason Kingi, together with all the Kenya Kwanza affiliate parties, to fold their parties to form one big river called UDA. For the mountain to launch their own party, this is going to worry William Samoei Ruto. I can assure you that this is not going to take it easy. Number two, this meeting was endorsed by the Kikuyu Council of Elders. In any ethnic group in Kenya, we try to play our politics with the blessing of the Council of Elders. That is why the other day you saw William Ruto sponsoring some group to counter the endorsement of the chairman of the Luo Council of Elders. And at some point, you saw controversy. We had two parties fighting it out. Because traditionally, when Council of Elders sit down and endorse something, it always carries a blessing. And if there is something that they don't want and they have not given a green light, then you go against what they are saying. Traditionally, it is believed that that which they don't endorse carries a curse. In the run-up to 2022 election, William Ruto captured the Kikuyu Council of Elders. You remember where he was telling us that he almost slapped Uhuru Kenyatta when Uhuru wanted to give up after the Maraga verdict that the elections were not free and fair. He was talking to the Kikuyu Council of Elders. And so for the Kikuyu Council of Elders to endorse Limuru 3, that was a worry to William Samoei Ruto, because from the onset, William Ruto did not want this meeting to take place. That is why people like Kimani Chungwa had had downplayed it, and they were saying that this is a caucus of people who are hell-bent on dividing the nation on ethnic lines. So for the Kikuyu Council of Elders to endorse such a meeting should worry William Samoei Ruto, because they carry the aspirations of the Kikuyu electorate. So that should worry him, and that was so big it stood out for me. Number three, in this meeting, they were using their native language, the Agikuyu. Is it the language? They were using their mother tongue. You see, when a group of people coalesce somewhere and they are talking mainly in their own language, they are sending a message that this is an in-house policy. It is like bibi na bwana wanaongea na watoto wao kwa nyumba. They resort to their own language that you don't want. When people talk in their own language, sometimes they do not want others to see. If you've ever been with the youths in town today, they can speak in Sheng and you will be lost. Wanaweza kukusengenya hapo. When they want to speak something or say something or discuss something that they don't want you to hear, they will use their own language. So that must worry William Samoei Ruto, because they went there under the umbrella of Agikuyu, the mountain, and they said, we are not inviting anybody. Come, let us speak about matters that are pertinent to us. Rigathi Gachagua was worried. That's why he ran ahead of the Limuru 3. He went ahead and was saying that I endorse. I'm one person who believes in one man, one vote, one shilling. He knew that that was going to be very big. So the fact that they were speaking their own language is a worry to William Samoei Ruto, because after that, you will hear them coming up with another narrative that now we have coalesced around our leader and we are coming together, we are uniting. Then you will hear them say that we now invite people who are like-minded, people who have got the same interest as us, because birds of the same feathers will always flock together. So that must worry William Samoei Ruto, and that tells you it was very successful. Number three, the leaders and the supporters came in their numbers. At some point, some people thought that this was not going to be attended. In fact, I remember Moses Kure was talking as if without him, this meeting would not take place. And even Rigathi Gachagua had said that there is no need of attending that meeting. If you have issues, come through me. I'm the number two. And there were also threats that, don't go there. They might cause mayhem. But finally, I saw leaders like Martha Karua. I saw Jeremiah Kioni. I saw Ferdinand Waititu. Mureithi, Gathoni wa Mushomba. I saw several members of parliament and leaders there, and this tells you that this was well attended. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that it is also being attended by mainly people who are disappointed by this government, it is not going to be very easy. Most of this group believe that they were members of this group, most of them believe that they were robbed of their victory in 2022. And so the fact that it was attended, well attended, we did see school buses ferrying people there. We did see people being given 1,000 Kenya shillings each, even though I heard Moses Kuria telling us that there's some people who have sponsored this, and so when you go there, you are going to get money. I think he was playing mischief. The fact that it was well attended should worry William Samoei Ruto, and in fact, this makes it successful if you ask me. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, these people displayed the portrait of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. You know, there has been this contest. Who is the Mount Kenya kingpin? Is it Rigathi Gachagua? Is Ndindi Nyoro trying to take it? Is he Uhuru Kenyatta? Is Uhuru Kenyatta still the Udamaki? Is he William Ruto as he purports to be? But today, this conference has endorsed Uhuru Kenyatta. And the fact that they were displaying his portrait tells you that they still believe in him, and this must worry William Samoei Ruto. Why? Uhuru Kenyatta is their sole nemesis. In fact, for William Ruto, for him to get the exact votes that he got in 2022, he must bring Uhuru Kenyatta on his side. Otherwise, it is going to be very difficult. Why? You know, they ran a smear campaign against Uhuru Kenyatta. But people have now seen them. They were only hoodwinking them, lying to them. So Uhuru is now telling them, mlisema semeni dynasty mbaya, Hustler itawale. Now Hustler anatawala, and people are crying out the taxes, and life is becoming harder. So by endorsing Uhuru Kenyatta, that must worry William Samoei Ruto. For Rigathi Gachagua, he's been calling Uhuru Kenyatta for a handshake, but Uhuru remembers what they did about the Northland farm. They frustrated the man, they frustrated his businesses, and he has said, I'm in Azimio to stay. It is going to be very difficult, ladies and gentlemen, and by portraying Uhuru's portrait there as their leader, it tells you that they are not about to come back to UDA. They are not about to support this government. The speeches that were made, they were talking about their businesses, Nyamakima, Gikomba, appointments, the millions of votes that they gave William Samoei Ruto, the promises that they were given, and now William Ruto is not respecting the agreement that they had. They were hoodwinked. The fact that they were speaking it loud in public tells you that something is wrong. And ladies and gentlemen, this was big, it was successful, and William Ruto has a reason to be worried. At some point, I understand that the Council of Elders asked Raila to forgive them for betraying him. Some leaders there betrayed Raila. Some people did not vote for him, even though others feel that votes were rigged. If you ask me, yes, it could be a combination of votes that were rigged and hustlers who had been, hoodwinked, that William Ruto was their savior. The church that had been told William Ruto was a man of God. And so this must worry William Samoei Ruto. The last one is the fact that they withstood the intimidation and the threats that there could be chaos. The government would try to stop this, and they went there in their large numbers. And if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, those are my reasons why I believe that Limuru 3 was very successful. Limuru 3 contained poison to William Samoei Ruto, and he should be worried about this, because if this takes off, then yake kwisha. He has reached a dead end. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but that is what I feel happened in Limuru 3.